Okay, so one of the biggest questions I've had for a while, and that I know other people who have the speaker have had, is how to actually get inside of it. Now, by the looks of it, there's no screws anywhere on the body, and everything is very well put together, so it's not exactly obvious how to get this thing open. So I'm going to show you how to get this open. I've already had this open once, but I haven't gone completely into it, and I'll explain that in a second once I've got it open. So the first thing you have to do is actually take this back wood panel off. So you'll need the smallest flathead screwdriver you can get. This one is extremely small, as you can probably tell. There we go. So it will fit in there without scratching up the wood or the fabric too much. That's very important. So you take the screwdriver and just pry up a little bit. It'll be pretty loose, or well, it won't be pretty loose. It'll be a lot stiffer at first, and it will loosen up and get easier to take off after the first time you take it off. So once you do that a little bit, you can start to see it kind of coming separated from the fabric bit there. I just pushed it back in, but you want to just get it a little bit, and then it will start to go. And then at some point, you'll be able to take the whole thing off with just your fingers, which is quite difficult as this is a snug fit. But once you get it, it will come right off. Here's the back panel. It's actually only finished on one side, this one, for some reason. But here it is in all of its glory. And then what you're gonna find on the back side are spots. That's totally out of the frame. You're gonna find spots where there are screws, 6 of them to be exact. And you'll wanna get a Phillips head screwdriver and take those out. Okay, so now that the screws have been taken out of the speaker, this the whole assembly does not separate from the back. The front piece actually comes off, and this is going to be a very snug fit, as there's a sealing gasket inside the speaker to keep it airtight. So you may have to pry a little bit. Just be careful not to nick the wood, as I have done. Unfortunately, I did nick the wood a little bit. But eventually it will come off if you just work it slowly around the edges, and don't try to force anything too hard. Here we go. You can see the white gasket there, holding it very snugly in place. It's definitely a tight fit, but there you go. So now the speaker is open, as you can see. What we have, let me just readjust. What we have here is the 4-inch-ish, thereabout. That might be a 4 or 3.5-inch woofer right there, and the 2 mid/high drivers are actually self-contained. I have not taken those off yet. That's the part I was talking about at the beginning of the video. So those will come out in this video, and I'll get my first reaction to that. In here you can see the port right there. It's kind of a funny shape there. And there are 4 screws that you can use to take that out. The 2 18650 batteries are on this side. It looks like they had provisions to put another 2 on the other side, but they haven't in the regular A320. I have still yet to open up the A320S and see However, I will do that and then probably report back with either another video or in the comments or something like that. So, and then all the other components of this, like the amplifier, Bluetooth chip, etc., are just contained in this top portion here. So that's pretty simple, a simple construction. So I guess the thing to do now is take these back cups off. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I guess I'll only take one off because it's gonna be the same in both. So here's what we've got. So the whole driver actually lifted out, it seems, which is very interesting. Here's the driver. What I assume to be a neodymium magnet on there. And that's really all there is to that. It's pretty simple, pretty standard looking driver right there with a bit of foam on the back. I don't know if there says anything under there, but I'm ripping that, so I'm not gonna bother with that too much. So I guess now what I can do is take off the 2 screws over here for the amplifier portion, and we can see what that looks like. There we go. Okay. So here we have it. The amplifier section / Bluetooth. So that is the board. You can see the Bluetooth module right here. The buttons that line up with the buttons on the top of the unit. Can't really get in to the other side. Well, you can. There's 4 screws there, but you all know what that looks like. It's going to be an amplifier, IC, and some other stuff. So that's really all there is to this thing. 18650 batteries are already there. Don't really need to take those out. But yeah. One other thing. To get this front wood panel off, there are actually several screws going around the speaker here that you have to remove. Holding the wood piece on from the back of the speaker. That's why you cannot remove this from the front, because it would just end up ripping these little screws out. So you go around and unscrew these. Okay, so now that all the screws have been removed, the front piece of bamboo wood should just come right off, and this will allow you to unscrew the woofer, which is mounted from the front, as you can see. So that's about as disassembled as you can get this thing, and thankfully there isn't really any glue that has to be broken to take this speaker apart, which is excellent. It's just hard to get in the first place because it's manufactured with, you know, tighter tolerances. So that's really about it for this video. If you liked, feel free to drop a like down below and comment. And even if you really enjoyed this, then go ahead and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.